Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Cohen. Today I'm going to talk to you about paired passages on the SAT and ACT reading and how you can make them a lot easier. So what you want to do is you'll make the work much easier by taking each passage one at a time. So you read the first passage and then immediately afterward answer the questions about the first passage. And those will be grouped together. Then you read the second passage, and then you can answer the questions about the second passage. And then look for those questions that ask about both passages. This is going to really help because it means that, by doing each passage on its own, you have a lot less that you have to mentally juggle at any given time. And it also means that you're more likely to get the questions correct because the information you need to answer them, you will have read it more recently and it will be more fresh in your mind. That's also going to save you really valuable time because it means you're going to have to look back at the passage less frequently than you otherwise would. Now, the second big thing you want to do is that after you read the second passage, before you look at second passage questions, stop and ask yourself, how do the two passages relate? What's the relationship between them? I can guarantee you there'll be at least one and probably more than one question that asks in some way what's the relationship between both passages. So by articulating this beforehand, you'll prevent yourself from falling into some of those trap answers that come up. And a great thing to do if you like to annotate the passages, like if you like to write down the main idea, you always want to think of the main idea for each passage. But let's say you write that down, you could also jot down the relationship in a couple of words. Now there's 4 really common types of relationships that occur over and over. So you want to kind of be on the lookout for these big ones. Okay? So the first is that the two passages present opposing views on the same topic. The second is that they talk about the same topic in general, but they look at a different aspect of that topic, or they approach it from a different angle, or maybe they have a really different style or way of talking about that subject, but they're not necessarily in disagreement. The third common relationship is that these are a little bit less common, 3 and 4. 3 is that one passage provides an example of something that was in the other passage. The fourth relationship, one passage provides an explanation for something that's discussed in the other passage. So be on the lookout for these relationships and make sure to take each passage one at a time. If you do that, you'll make paired passages much easier and you'll improve your score.